top 9 renditions of Satan that are equal parts scary and unique. The devil, according to classic literature and scripture, is known to have many forms, the most prominent being a disfigured, sometimes winged and horned beast, with fiery eyes and a flaming background of hell. Many movies have tried to bring it to life in their interpretations. However, some of the best movies steer clear of this and only show a glimpse of Satan, with a dark shadow here or a pair of red eyes there. Some don't even mention the devil, yet they are beyond scary as they portray his presence hanging over the film in the most unexpected ways. This video brings you 9 such renditions of the devil where you can find the devil in non-stereotypical forms and still be terrified out of your wits nonetheless. Let's begin, shall we? Number 1, Prince of Darkness, 1987. Quantum physicist Howard and his team of graduates are invited to a Los Angeles monastery housed by a Catholic Brotherhood of Sleep whose ability was to communicate through dreams. The team is asked to assess and study a cylinder containing a swirling green liquid, which is found to be sentient upon observation. Deciphering the books laid nearby, Howard and his band of graduates discover that this aware liquid is a liquefied Satan whose only aim is to summon its father, the anti-god.
Maybe he's anti-God, bringing darkness instead of light.
It slowly seeps out through the cylinder and possesses the students one by one, zombifying them and turning them into its vessels. It is now up to the unpossessed students and the Catholic Brotherhood to save the students and thwart the liquefied Satan's evil schemes. This movie is a slow burn, quasi-intelligent, creepy horror directed by the famous John Carpenter. Unlike the age-old biblical depiction of Satan and Christ, this movie takes an alien-themed science fiction turn and portrays Satan as another worldly sentient being in liquid form. The cast played their roles well, mirroring annoyed, snarky college students who are then possessed by supernatural powers. The movie isn't scary at first, but it slowly grows on you with time, making it worth the horror genre title it has been given. It is worth your time if you want to see a conceptually different take on Satan. Before we go forward into our list, please consider subscribing to us. It may be a small click from you, but it goes a long way for us. Let's continue. Number 2, End of Days, 1999. Christine York is a young woman unaware that she is patronized by Satanists as the chosen one to carry the devil's offspring. To fulfill this task, Satan possesses a Wall Street banker and roams the streets of New York in search of Christine on the evening of December 28, 1999, the last days of the millennium. The banker is under the protection of detective-turned-security agent Jericho Kane, an atheist.
Nothing that will make me cut my tongue out. Yeah, well, wait a few days. What happens in a few days?
So, when Jericho prevents a priest from killing the banker, he is told with strange prophecies about the end of 1,000 years, and the Dark Angel is set loose by the priest. Upon investigation, Jericho finds out that the priest cannot speak, as he has no tongue. This serially strange incident sets Jericho and his colleague Bobby Chicago on a spree to find Christine and protect her from Satan's goal to impregnate her with his offspring. The movie is packed with grit, action, and apocalyptic drama. Arnold Schwarzenegger brings back the flame to his first post-surgery movie with his classic action and twists. Satan is depicted as a gruesome, terrible, winged beast with a reptilian face in his true nature, implying biblical reference. In other moments, he is seen to possess others, hiding his true self until the very end. The graphics of the movie are suitable for its time. While its borderline campiness makes it seem hard to take seriously at times, it is worth watching for a supernatural action-filled flick. Number 3, Angel Heart, 1987. The movie is set in 1955. Harry Angel is a small-time private investigator hired by a mysterious Louis Cypher to search the whereabouts of missing crooner Johnny Favorite for a lump sum amount. Harry finds out he was under psychiatric treatment with Dr. Albert Fowler, who informs him that he was told to forge Johnny's medical records by a particular father-daughter duo, who took Johnny away. Harry goes to find them, but when he returns the next day, he finds the doctor brutally murdered. Mortified, Harry goes to Margaret, Johnny's former lover, to ask for a location, but when he revisits her, he finds her heart cut out ceremonially, almost occult-like. As Harry keeps investigating the relations of Johnny, he finds a blood trail, which will lead to the reveal of Johnny's terrible fate. The film is dark and brooding, with an improbable twist that perfectly sets the horrific mood for the film. It includes very graphic scenes of gruesome death and aggressive intimacy, relatively uncommon for the movies of its time. The wordplay and metaphorical scenes lay out a fantastic lineup for the finale, revealing the devil in his simple yet terrifying form. The simplicity of the portrayal of Lucifer is what makes it all the more sinister. The movie is worth watching for its scary yet straightforward cinematography and Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro's fantastic acting. Number 4, The Ninth Gate, 1999. Dean Corso is a rare book dealer. He is recruited by a millionaire named Boris Balkan to verify the authenticity of a rare set of books known as the Nine Gates of the Kingdom of Shadows, which is apparently focused on the way to summon the devil. Corso takes a trip to Europe to match the engravings in the leather-bound occult scripture with its only 2 copies, but his journey is intercepted by the book's former owner's widow, Liana, who swears to destroy anyone who tries to claim the book for themselves. Corso goes to find that anyone who was associated with the book ended up dead. He also finds the looming shadow of a mysterious young woman over him everywhere he goes. It is now up to Corso to find out the real deal about these books. The film is built on intense mystery and sinister plot twists at every corner. The plot is simple, yet it baffles the mind of the watcher. The orchestral score in the film adds to the dramatic supernatural feel that is draping the movie. Johnny Depp is a great powerhouse for the film as he delivers Corso's character flawlessly. The devil is depicted as different entities which confuse the audience yet leave them stunned and shivering in the wake of realization. The movie is worth watching with mild biblical references and metaphors just for the journey to the big reveal at the end. Number 5, The Witch, 2015. The film starts in the 1630s, where William, a devout Puritan, emigrating his family of 6 away from their community village over a religious dispute. They settle on farmland and the mother, Catherine, gives birth to a son, Samuel. Their oldest, Thomasin, is told to watch over the baby, and as she plays peekaboo with the babe, it suddenly vanishes. This leaves the entire family distraught. Later on, a prized silver cup goes missing, and Catherine chastises Thomasin for both disappearances. However, it is later revealed that William had sold the cup to fund his hunting. Caleb, the second oldest, fears his sinful lifestyle may have caused Samuel's disappearance. Soon, the youngest twins Mercy and Jonas begin accusing Thomasin of being a witch and causing evil to befall their family, which Thomasin vehemently denies. The family members are tried and tested until the tests turn into a dark reality.
This is not so.
The movie is deemed one of the most intense Gothic, supernatural horror. While it does not involve many jump scares or demonic appearances, the film delves into the basis of human psychology. It takes a realistic approach, adding to the horror element. Anya Taylor-Joy is the star of the movie, taking on a meek, sympathetic role very well. There is no direct portrayal of the devil in this movie, yet the hint of his existence is present throughout the entire film. It is well worth watching if you want to change from the usual exorcisms and jump scares but want to be scared. Number 6, The Prophecy, 1995. Thomas is an LAPD detective who left the priesthood at the brink due to being shown horrific visions of angels at war. Yet one day, he is encountered with a bizarre case of an autopsy where the corpse matches the biblical representation of angels, and in its possession was found a Bible with an unseen extra chapter, where God is seen to elevate the human status above all other beings, including angels, which causes the rift. Thomas is warned by the angel Simon about dark things coming his way. Thomas then suddenly finds the corpse destroyed. So, he sets out to find the reasons and the beings behind everything. What comes next surprises him and will surprise you too.
Don't get me wrong, I think it's a sign of excellent character.
The movie is a prequel of the 3-piece series and is a refreshing take on the age-old good versus evil, angel versus demon storyline. While there are good and evil sides, the entities on either side are uncharacteristically interesting to watch. While the character of Lucifer is well played, It is Gabriel's character that steals the show. The movie delves into gore and graphic violence coupled with creepiness. It is truly worth watching for anyone wishing to watch a religious horror film outside the stereotypical boundaries they are usually placed within. Number 7, Fost, 2000. John Jaspers is a heartbroken man who swears revenge at any cost over his lover's torturous and sadistic death. His vengeance lures him to a cult leader named Dem, who bestows John with supernatural powers at the expense of his soul. But slowly, he begins to enjoy the bloodshed and killing. After an altercation that causes him to fall into hell and fight with a skeleton, John is transformed into a horned demon named Fost, passionate about murder. However, he soon finds that M has other plans other than John's revenge and that John is merely a tool for him to achieve that. Moreover, instead of John's soul, it was actually John's love interest Jade's soul, which M is aiming for. It is now up to John to tame the beast within him and save Jade while stopping M from unleashing hell on Earth. The film is taken from a German legend of the same name. Filled with over-the-top action, heavy metal, gore, extreme intimate scenes, the movie is not to be considered with logic and more with fun. The film's special effects are the highlight of the film, especially of the creature Fost. In both the movie and legend, we do not get to see the devil, but his representative Mephistopheles is characterized in the movie as M, an enigmatic cult leader. The film may be watched only if you're interested in R-rated gore and special effects. Number 8, The Devil's Advocate, 1997. Defense attorney Kevin Lomax, who has never lost a case, is ushered to Manhattan with his wife Mary Ann to work the cases of a particular John Milton at his firm for a considerable amount. Kevin is drowned with work, leaving Mary Ann lonely. They try for a baby, thinking it might ease Mary Ann's loneliness, but later she has a horrific dream of seeing a child playing with ovaries. She is later rendered infertile. She also sees terrible visions of Kevin's partner's wives transfiguring into demons. Kevin's partner is mysteriously beaten to death in an alleyway outside the Lomax's apartment by what seemed like demons, and Mary Ann witnesses this, further disturbing her. Finally, when Kevin finds her covered in scratches and wounds, claiming Milton had raped her, he has Mary Ann admitted to a psychiatric ward. Kevin soon realizes things are not always what they seem.
America, huge drug cases, murder, everything.
Keanu Reeves does an excellent job, but Al Pacino carries the movie with his superb dialogue delivery. The script is well written and filled with Easter eggs for the audience to decipher. Contrary to the classic take that the devil must be defeated at all times, this movie argues Satan's POV and claims that humans have free will and yet choose to sin. He merely lays out the temptation. This movie is well worth watching for anyone who wants to witness yet another class act from Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. Number 9, Devil, 2010. Detective Bowden, still recovering from the death of his wife and son in an accident, is sent to investigate a suicide. The suicidal note left behind claims to announce the arrival of the devil. 5 strangers are trapped in an elevator in the same building when it stops working abruptly: a temporary security guard, a former soldier, a mattress salesman, a young woman, and an elderly woman. As firefighters and technicians figure out how to save the civilians inside, an eerie air sets in. Suddenly it blacks out for a moment. There is a bite mark on the young woman's back and blood on the mattress salesman's hands when it turns back on. Bowden is called to investigate this matter. Soon, there is another blackout, and the elevator mirror shatters. With every blackout, something sinister takes place, and it is up to Bowden to find the evil looming over the elevator.
I'm a mechanic.
Written by thriller maestro M. Night Shyamalan, the film has an eerie feeling set in place right from the start. While it plays to the typical idea of villainy, the film's plot twist leads to the revelation that evil exists, but not in the way you think it does. Contrary to its expectations, the movie is stunning. Steering away from the classic demonic devilish presence bringing jump scares, the film is terrifying within its simplicity. Yet it ends with a good always reigns over evil storyline. The journey towards it is what makes the film exciting. That was all in this video. Do hang around for more awesome content on similar tropes. Stay safe and have a good one.